Welcome everyone to the basement. Pull up a seat in your favorite easy chair, grab a glass of wine, sit back and enjoy the wonderful stories of Stanaway. It is Storytime with Stanaway.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Stan's Storytime. I apologize, I got a little bit of a cold going on, so I'm kind of snuffly. That being said, today is not so much of a story episode. Today I've decided to do a little bit of a rant, but let's get rolling on ye good old Lolo first. I am going to rant about tips and gratuity because it pisses me. Oh, that was close. Pisses me off to no end. I first would like to start with the fact that I am a very good tipper. Yay, beat the level. I shouldn't be forced to give somebody a tip. If they sucked. If they're good, give them a tip. I've notoriously... Here's a story. We went out, had a night imbibing in the nectar of the gods. Tossing back some cold ones with the guys. And the magical Orp was with us. And for those people who don't know Orp, he doesn't drink at all. Once in a very, very blue moon, he will have a beverage, like we'll go to a fancy restaurant. He might have a whiskey, but fucked it up again. But overall, Snacky Cakes does not drink Los Alcoholes. We went to a restaurant afterwards, and we stopped in there, and like I said, I always tip well. Well, in my heavily inebriated state, I came to the determination that my tip should be $100. A tip should not be $100. The bill was like $12. But yeah, no, I decided that I needed to tip $100. Thankfully, Orp caught me and corrected me. This story, I believe has actually been told in a It's been told in a episode on the basement before, but it is a story about a pseudo roommate I had. Yay, you did it! And his eating habits, I guess. Basically, I had this buddy. He stayed at my parents' house when I was living there. For lack of a better place to stay. It was kind of flop house. Be 100% honest about it. And as a result, he would crash on my couch. He would use my old computer desk, which most people can attest, was an old computer desk. It was it may have been made in like wood shop by my brother, I'm not sure. It was ancient. Haha! Anyway, and this thing, it was very plain, very Spartan. Floor 8, and it had 2 drawers in it. And that's where he would keep, like, his food, because I don't know if he so much felt weird having to go and talk to my parents or whatever to go open the fridge. Whatever. So, he lived a very Spartan life down there. His food was not exactly the taste du jour. This was in the era where I played a lot of Dungeons & Dragons Online. A game I still very much like. I find a lot of enjoyment in it. People would come over, play DDO with me, and we would use this guy's computer. For the simple fact that it was there. Somebody came over. We're gonna play us some DDOs. So we fired up the computers. I got online, and they started searching. And they're going and poking around, and the question comes of, where's the mouse for this guy's computer? So we start delving. Like, well, you know, checked here, checked all over the floor. Maybe put it here, maybe put it there. Go about searching. I'm like, well, maybe he put it in one of the desk drawers. That's kind of where he kept most of his personal effects. Possibly it's in there. So we open the desk drawer, and there's... Like I said, he wasn't exactly the picture of health. None of us were at that time. So in this drawer is a loaf of bread, a canister of mustard, and a bag of Cheetos. Which brought about the question of, what was he eating? I've never had a Cheeto sandwich. I can't imagine a Cheeto sandwich is all that tasty. But additionally interesting is where we ended up finding said mouse. Yeah, his mouse was also stuffed in between slices of bread. Why in any strange world, a lot of fun was had in those days. Real life hadn't set in yet as part of it. Which means we did pretty much anything and everything we wanted. We played a lot of video games, had a lot of fun. At Vince's parents' cabin. I'm sure I probably have talked about him. In fact, I know I have in Stan Storytime. And they would always be pretty crazy affairs. This particular one is going to be an occurrence at the party. We were adults. And we would go and have some beverages at the cabin. If the keg was dry or not, that would be one of the determining factors of how long the party would go, but we would get out of control. I mean, not like blowing up buildings out of control, but we would definitely probably drink too much. So, on this particular instance, at the cabin was at the top of the hill, and, oh, I fucked it up. But I know what I'm supposed to do now. And then down at the bottom of the hill, there was a fire pit, a boathouse, a sauna, and nope, that was not what I was supposed to do. I thought maybe I could cheat it, but... And we would go, you know, hang out down by the fire, have a good old time, whatever. And one of the times, Ross, he had some beverages, we'll say, and he was pretty cranked up, and he, like I said, there was the two docks, and he decided that he was going to jump in the lake. So we're standing there, and everybody's doing their own thing. And suddenly, I just hear Vince, whose parents' cabin it was, just go, "Don't jump off that," and hear a sploosh. Well, what had happened is Ross had decided that he was going to jump off the dock. Which, fine and dandy if you jump off what... yeah, this is right. What we call the long dock. The dock that went out into the deep water. In this case, Ross had decided that he was going to jump off the short dock, which was not such a wise choice. The short dock had about 1 foot of water at the end of it. Maybe 2 feet. So Ross, and Ross... Now Ross is a... I fucked that up. Nope, I can fix it. Ross is a... He's gone through a shift, and he may not be as physically fit as he was, you know, a year and a half ago, but Ross is in good shape, and this is at a time when Ross was not anywhere near as physically fit as he is right now. He was a large man at the time, and yay! And making this jump into the water was a bad idea for anybody, but even worse idea for him. So I turn, and it is Ross standing in the water, and he's doing, you know, when Peter falls and hurts his knee, and he's doing the this is what Ross is doing. And rightfully so. He really messed up his ankle. However, because we're geniuses, Ross said, you know what? I'm good. Don't sweat it. I'm good. Let's keep going. And like a trooper... Oh no. Fuck that up too. Ross kept the party going. And... Oops. And we partied for another day. Then on Sunday, we went to the hospital because his foot had swollen to astronomical levels. Yeah. Severe sprain, I believe, was the final verdict on it. Which it could have been... Oh, damn it. I fucked myself. Could have been much, much worse. But yeah, the stupid things we used to do as kids. Well, I guess we weren't really kids. We were adults, but... I'm impatient. I apologize. So yeah. There's my story for the day. Ross plunging off of a dock into not much water. Yeah. So, thanks for watching, guys. Once again, leave your topics down below. I will discuss everything I know about a topic. I will try to find out information if it's something I don't know anything about. So, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I will talk to you all the next time. Later.